During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Yo, there we go.
Sorry about that,
guys. How's everybody doing out there? It's Thursday. That's Wednesday.
It's Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Well, welcome
Wow,
aboard,
you
folks.
are
It's
like
Tuesday.
You just pulled a Homer like,
How's everybody doing?
lazy Sundays. Homer, it's Wednesday. What was that?
You know what it is? We went today. We had to file some paperwork, get a PO box, do some business things.
No, it stands for post office.
And that felt like so much stuff.
Yeah,
It was so much work that it feels like a Thursday now.
it was. It was a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and then also my computer literally did that thing where it was like 100% of disk being used.
Right.
For because Windows is terrible now.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's gotten markedly worse. It runs so many things.
Yeah,
and
too
you're
many.
like, this is so many unnecessary things.
Also, a reminder: yes, we were supposed to be live on YouTube today. Our channel is clean with no content strikes. However, we still can't go live. So, hopefully by tomorrow that'll be cleared up. This happened last time, so just letting you guys know.
To quote our good friend LA Werewolf, oftentimes it takes a little while for the Jew to wear off.
Streamlabs.com/we're not sorry is how you could donate, and I added a new animated GIF for when people donate. I think everyone will enjoy.
Now that we're doing Streamlabs, can we do it? Can we present it like Ice Poseidon does?
Yeah.
Hey guys, just donate the thing and maybe I'll acknowledge. No, sorry guys. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm late.
So
If this was like Ice Poseidon, the show would have started at 4:43.
you were fighting
outside of a barber shop.
You were fighting today with Kurt Doolittle, weren't you?
Yes, I have been.
Now, do you want to explain who Doolittle is for the normies? I mean, I know who he is.
Guys, look,
not Dr. Doolittle.
Not Dr. Doolittle.
No.
Look, I am not going to sit here and retroactively pretend like I'm not a fan of Kurt Doolittle. I like Kurt Doolittle. He's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart person. He writes a lot. He's a political philosopher of our time. Runs the Propertarian Institute. But he was white knighting from Mike Enoch today, and I just had enough of it.
White knighting how, though? What was he saying?
Okay, so let's give you guys a little background. I didn't know we were going to get into the Enoch stuff today.
You literally broke your computer because you were so into it.
All right, yeah. So check it out, right? So Mike Enoch,
Who's he?
he runs the Right Stuff,
Okay.
rightstuff.biz, former home of our friend Blake Luca,
Yes.
till they cast him aside. But anyway, Mike Enoch is a prominent alt-right figure, spokesperson, radio host, etc. He's not a dumb man. He's a very shrewd guy. He's a good broadcaster. I'm not even going to knock his broadcasting skills.
Yeah.
But he is an outspoken anti-Semite. Whoop, there's that bad word that the alt-right listeners don't like to hear. Oh, you crypto Jew. Some people are legitimately anti-Semitic. It's not about calling people out. It's not about being against certain policies of Israel. Some people just hate Jews.
Correct.
Some people just blame the fucking state of everything on Jews. Mike Enoch, I would count amongst those people. Very, very outspoken about Jewish influence, and Jewish this and Jewish that. Mike Enoch has a very storied past with very close ties to the Jewish community.
Okay.
It's no secret that he was once married to a Jewish woman.
Which, by the way, is fine.
Which is fine.
Because we're not the ones.
I love Khazar Milkies.
Yeah, we're not.
Khazar Milkies. Yay.
And I'm glad you brought that up before you get this is very, very, very important. There's a difference between us busting everybody's balls, including Jewish people, because, you can't make a sacred race where you make fun of everybody. We don't give
Exactly.
a fuck.
No,
we
that's
punch right plenty on the show, too. But you should be able to criticize a policy or criticize something somebody's doing without immediately being called. Without immediately being called an anti-Semite. So we do fight for
our right to party. I
right,
get it.
Correct. We throw pies at each other.
Yeah. I wear a leather jacket.
Right. I wear a denim jacket.
Yeah, I rap even though I look like Booger from
He really did. Oh my God, he really wow. Not later on, but earlier on. Yeah, he really did look like Booger. Oh my God. MCA.
When I was a kid, I thought it was Booger.
MCA, yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, is that Booger from Revenge of the Nerds? He raps?
So, just to be clear, now, we don't espouse his beliefs. So, obviously, it doesn't matter to us that he's Jewish or that he went to a fucking Seder or that he fucking performed the bris. It doesn't fucking matter to us.
No.
However, we will call out the hypocrisy of saying, oh, the Jews, and then being one yourself. It's kind of weird, right? You brought it up in the car. It's like Clayton Bigsby, Dave Chappelle's character.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
It's not. Look, I don't care if you're Jewish. I also don't care if you hate Jews.
Correct.
Those things you're allowed to. I mean, I don't agree with, you hating whatever, but whatever. Fine.
It's your right as an American.
If you are one of the top leaders of the Jew-hating Spurg movement, it's probably best if you don't have such deep roots in the Jewish community.
Correct.
What are you, a fucking double agent? So my fight really started with Kurt Doolittle when he came out today and was like, look, I don't know where all this craziness is coming from. All this crazy stuff about Mike Enoch, about Mike Painovich being a Jew. Whack jobs. Where's all this wacky stuff coming out? I'm like, look, Kurt, I like you, but yes, there's things I haven't even shared because, look, again, I've got friends that I trust, people whose information I trust, people whose sources I trust. When they come to me with things, and trust me, we get things all the time. We don't even go on air with them. Because you gotta sort shit out. Make sure you got the right story on things. This is something that's been buzzing for months about this guy, that he's Jewish. Ludovici Alibi on Facebook, who's one of the Stormer guys, leaked a picture from back in the day of him having dinner with his brother, with his half-brother, at their family gathering with Shabbat candles in the background. Like, again, I dated Jewish girls. I'm from Long
You know
Island.
what bothers me? Is that Jewish people are even overrepresented in alt-right communities.
That's what I mean. You're even running the alt-right. Christ.
Isn't it weird? It's odd, right? It's really weird.
It is. Look, again, you guys, you do whatever the fuck you want. When I fucking criticize you for being retarded hypocrites, don't fucking attack me. Don't fucking attack me and act like things have been going so swimmingly since Charlottesville that none of you people on the alt-right are open to criticism. How dare you? It has been one fucking disastrous showing after the next. It has been a shit show. You are open to criticism. And yeah, when the most outspoken Jew hater in the crew has pictures of him eating with Shabbat candles in the background and a Jewish ex-wife and audio clips of him referring to himself as Jewish, his own words, his own voice, then it becomes,
You sure wasn't Fred Flintstone.
those were terms.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I went to my bris party, I'm telling you, I never let that rabbi touch my penis party.
fucking alt-right Flintstone is actually Jewish.
Shabbat shalom, party.
You cannot claim these things and then you can't say these things. And then, of course, I'm getting told, those are out of context clips. Okay. You go get me the ones in context. Because I don't know the context of the clips.
Right.
These are the clips that are out there. He has been asked to explain himself. He has not done that at all. He just has his message board cronies go, you're a Fed crypto Jew. You're dividing the movement. What movement? I'm not in the movement, motherfucker. Okay? I don't blame. My life has a lot of fucking shortcomings. I blame one or two of them on the Jews. The other 19 of them are all me.
Fair.
So, you know what I mean?
It's fair.
So if you're going to present yourself a certain way, don't have those kind of connections and don't say those sorts of things. So when I put the clip up and everybody goes, that's out of context, you're a liar. You are part of the misinformation movement. You're controlled opposition. You're a Jew. Am I a Jew? Is that why our show only makes fucking $500 a month? Because I'm such a shrewd Jew?
Yes. You're not a great Jew then.
Fucking A.
So that's what Mike was up to
So it's
today.
like just you fucking retards are allowed to give money to whomever you want. This is America. You are allowed to support whoever you want. But it's a weird look again when fucking Star David guy is the one chanting and going, let's take down these Jewish influence. And you're like, what? It's like he said, Clayton Bigsby, man. I would laugh just as wholeheartedly at a black man in a Klan uniform. That shit would make me laugh. It's funny.
It is funny.
It's a weird. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to make fun of him. I'm gonna continue to make fun of you idiots. Do what you're gonna do. I don't care, man. It is. He's the only figure. We talked about this off the air. He's the only alt-right figure that when you bring up his Jewish past, people spurg the fuck out. They never do it with anybody else. If I said right now Christopher Cantwell's Jewish, everybody would go, no, he's not. The toothless meth head's not Jewish. But if you say it about Enoch, oh, shit. Get ready for your comments section to be lit, fam. Fuck out of here. You want to give money whoever you want to. But I'm going to make fun of you for giving your Jew-hating money to a Jewish guy. I'm sorry. That's funny to me. That is the fucking crux of my life. I enjoy those things.
So,
If you're a politician who defunds cancer research and dies of cancer, I'm going to laugh at you.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of irony. That's all. Computer works again, though.
Bill Burr, who we love on this show. Bill Burr was on Tom Segura's podcast. And the reason I'm bringing this up is he recently watched that video that we watched last week of the calling people hens. instead of male or female. And Tom Segura asked him how he was going to raise his daughter. So we'll skip through it, but I think it's important we hear Bill Burr. By the way, to be very clear here, people don't know, everyone knows Bill Burr, but Bill Burr isn't some sort of right-wing. This has to be, for people that might not be in the know, that might not be in the comedy, Bill Burr is not some right-wing alt-right dad. He's married to a black woman. Okay, so just be clear here, all right? This guy is pretty liberal dude.
Yeah, he does automatically get 2 alt-right points just for being a ginger from Boston.
Yes. So
That's
here
an
we go.
automatic.
So this is Tom Segura's podcast.
Can you
Are you
full screen it?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
We're gonna full
raising
screen
your
it, give you guys
child
the full
with
Not at
a
all.
gender pronoun?
Not at all.
Okay, so
Not at all.
gender
I don't
neutral.
even know.
You're doing gender neutral.
I just throw food
Into a room?
in the general direction.
Are you raising your child by the gender binary?
Or
Are
is
you
it- are
calling
you
her
having a-
she?
Or is it
her-
Zim, Ziz?
No, I
Zimze?
I would never do that to my kid.
Making
I get into something, right? I
Yeah.
always get into shit, and then a year later, I don't give a fuck about it. This kid has like a developing brain. I'm gonna dump like my my own constitution of shit on. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like that is like adult stuff, and you should allow kids to be kids.
Oh,
Like,
I
let
agree.
them just
Yeah.
can they have a fucking child? Because right now, what I love about when I grew up was I was allowed to be a kid.
yeah.
And like, I didn't like this, like the stuff that these fucking kids could see any beheadings, hardcore
Horrible. I
porn,
know.
all of this shit that they could have access to. So I would never have like some sort of political agenda as to way.
But are you going to force your child to be recognized
be
as
a
female?
girl, yeah.
Or are you going to say, like, you get to choose your gender later?
What do you mean force my kid to be recognized? My kid's a
Well,
girl.
No, that's
That's what I'm saying.
Subjective now.
Yeah.
You didn't know that? You're actually, it's kind of a form of child abuse if you
To make your
them
child
have a
be-
gender.
just because their sexual organs are females.
Well, I don't agree with that, and good luck to.
Obviously, Segura doesn't believe that. He and his wife, that's his wife he does the show with.
Okay,
He's-
that was okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you weren't
I-
you went off for
well,
a second?
Yeah, but I still heard. I'm thinking, nah, Segura's not like this.
No,
right?
no. He's not. He's actually not.
He's a very
he's
illogical guy.
friends with Bill Burr and
being a
knows
dick.
how to set Bill
Yeah.
Burr off. That's just basically the gist. Okay.
To how you want to raise your kid, and I'm going to raise my kid the way I want to.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
I feel like you're just.
Sweden is the most
closed-minded.
forward-thinking
Tom
country
Segura
in
gives
the
me an
world
H.
when
John
it comes to
Benjamin.
questioning gender. The gender-neutral pronoun hen is now commonly used.
We just watched
Ever
this video.
Do that to my kid.
Making
I get into something, right?
Yeah.
I always get into shit, and then a year later, I don't give a fuck about it. This kid has like a developing brain. I'm gonna dump like my my own constitution of shit on. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like that is like adult stuff, and you should allow kids to be kids.
Oh, I
let
agree.
them just can they have a fucking child? Because right now, what I love about when I grew up was I was allowed to be a kid.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't like this, like the stuff that these fucking kids could see any beheadings.
Nico's room.
And how
Sorry.
You are going to force your child to gender identify as female, even though just because her sexual
Look,
organs are
my
female?
daughter is a girl,
I mean,
and if she wants to work on carburetors or
Yeah.
do some quote guy shit, I don't give a fuck.
I love
bless
Bill
him.
Burr,
He's the
man.
best.
I fucking love him. We'll just play a little bit more.
yeah, but
I
when
know,
you have
but
to
it's just
label
like,
it that way,
why do you label her a
you're so
girl?
binary.
So then what? Because then once you
They're being
They're such
palpably
assholes.
sarcastic.
It's being
You could taste it.
So thick.
Yeah.
have two kids, if you have a boy and a
I'm a big Tom Segura fan. I think he's a funny dude.
girl,
He's great. And I
Yeah.
honestly, the dry, calm comedians are very hit or miss with
Yeah.
me, but he's so great. He's like H. John Benjamin
Yeah.
if he did stand up.
Yeah.
you always have to say their names then.
yeah.
yeah.
Just over and over and over again.
Well, gender
You
neutral
can't just
names.
go, hen came in here and pissed on the floor. Which hen?
What's wrong with that?
You
and also,
gotta say like,
colors. I hope you're not forcing her to wear pink.
I would just.
not her
I would
choice.
appreciate if you stopped saying her. all
I'm
the
sorry,
time.
Zep.
It's
They,
hen.
they, hen.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the basic gist. Yeah, he is absolutely.
He's correct.
I know.
There is a time and a place to get in all this weirdness, and that time and place is college. And until then, you're supposed to
Be a
rely
kid.
on age-old things that have worked forever. Most people in the turn of the century didn't have kids as low quality as we do now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe borrow from some of the things they did. What I'm saying is let your 5-year-olds work in factories.
Okay. Well, on this show, since we like to be fair and we like to give both sides of it, let's see the new episode of Queer Kid stuff. Don't worry.
No.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. They're talking about Harry Potter this time.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsey.
And I'm Teddy.
Today, we're talking about
Harry Potter, it's Harry Potter Day!
all are part of one big family. Gaming's happy.
Disabled comments. Oh, sorry.
You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff. Ready, Teddy?
I've never been more ready.
Yeah.
As you can probably
Have
tell,
Harry Potter!
Teddy really likes Harry Potter.
Like? Harry Potter is
Hey,
my
Lindsay. Teddy's not real.
Teddy's a bear.
I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but Teddy's not a real thing. So he can't be excited about anything.
favorite.
It's one of my favorites too, Teddy.
Mama Bear is reading me the 4th one right now.
Oh, wow, Teddy, you're really getting to the good part. What's your favorite character?
Hermione, duh.
Hermione is
You know what would be
best.
great? Like, this would be a great idea for, like, when you play the game Fallout, and, like you break into some, like, old Fallout shelter, and you find, like, this woman with a bunch of stuffed animals.
Yes.
Just out of her mind, and you would just go, and then you just quietly back out of the room and leave.
And leave her there, yeah.
I'm not even
engaging.
This is sad.
She's so smart and magical, and she's brave, and she had that cool time travel thing in the 3rd book, and she always knows what to do. I want to be like that.
I think my favorite is probably Dumbledore. He's so wise and mysterious,
And gay.
and he's always looking out for the gang.
Oh, Dumbledore is so smart. Lindsay?
Yes, Teddy?
I love Harry
Lindsay,
Potter.
I
but,
got some advice for you.
What does it have
You're
to
in
do
your
with
30s. Stop it. Stop this madness.
Hold on. Teddy's asking a good question.
What does it have to do with queer kid stuff?
As always, that is an excellent question, Teddy. Did you know that there's a ton of activism in Harry Potter?
What?
That's right. And I've got a friend who's going to help us.
Get ready for the friend.
Hello. Hello. Teddy, this is my friend, Jack. Hey.
Okay.
Wait, that's
a okay. That has to be a girl who's transitioning
You
to
mean
boy.
to tell me
It's
that,
Jack.
like, everybody who goes, like, yeah, you're crazy conspiracy theorists. You mean to tell me that we haven't managed to poison an entire generation somehow with something? I don't know if it's fluoride.
Jack looks like Rachel Maddow with a beard.
If it's vaccines. I don't know. But this is not this is not evolution. Evolution is, you ever see like a picture like a bearded like a Kratos looking motherfucker and like a hot Norwegian chick like parasailing? That's fucking evolution, man. This is not evolution. Dolph Lundgren was evolution.
Teddy? Hi, Jack. We need your help with Harry Potter.
Oh, hold on a second, Teddy. Don't you have a few questions for Jack?
Oh, I almost forgot. I mean, Jack, what are your pronouns?
Okay, we're out, folks. We're
I looked
outta
at
here.
Mike because I knew it was
Nope.
coming. I looked at Mike because I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Nope. No.
Didn't you forget something, Mike?
This hoe is on, by the way, Kiwi Farms.
Which
as we
hoe?
mentioned. Lindsay.
She's a real academic.
Lindsay Amer.
Remember her last video? She's an academic. We don't understand. It's very academic, her way her brain works.
Are all kids queer? No, you fucking degenerates.
No, it should be a 1-second video.
Jack.
She's
what
got
are your-
she's on Kiwi Farms, and they were just talking about this video the other night.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't
they
even know that.
They were talking about they were like, yeah, Harry Potter does have a lot of activism because just like magic, it's just made up horse shit.
Yep.
And they were pointing out this thing they keep doing where they keep pushing, they keep reinforcing the up. Ask him his pronouns first. They were so mad about that the other day. Like,
that is.
You have to. It's actually. People were saying even on Kiwi forums, and they've said it on Reddit and other boards that a regular, pretty 20-something-year-old cisgendered woman who's straight is not going to take kindly to being asked what she identifies as.
Yes.
That's your fucking narcissistic autism that you're like, I demand everyone do what I want.
Right.
But the thing is, bitches don't even like when you ask them if they're old enough to get cigarettes. They don't like to show their ID.
No.
They don't like to discuss their weight. Do you really think it would be polite for me to go up to a woman at the grocery store and go, first things first, what's up with your whole genital identity situation, huh?
It's
What's
ridiculous.
up with that? I'm a woman. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, where are the Doritos? What aisle are those
Bro.
on? That's weird.
Pronouns and how do you identify?
Oh, it's all right, Teddy. My pronouns are he, him, and I identify as a bisexual trans man.
This isn't.
I will say it again.
This isn't.
You can do whatever you want in this country. I honestly don't care. I'm still
my
really
country.
big libertarian like that. However, first off, indoctrinating kids is gross. But this is the thing, and I've said it before. You're not allowed to have everything. You know? They want everything. They want to be they want to be able to have reassignment surgery, that's fine. They want to be given hormones. Okay, you're an adult, get your hormones. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't do it. Do it if you want. But then at the same time, they want you to change your behavior. You need to change because they have a feeling. And that's the problem. Once whatever you're feeling inside leaves and you're demanding other people to change the way they live, you don't see the hypocrisy that you don't want anybody to tell you what to do with your life and your body, but you're telling everybody else how they need to think or they're bad people. You are fucking a hypocrite. And again, pointing out, as we pointed out all the time, this is the only thing the left has is fucking Harry Potter is the only book they've ever read. Everything goes back to Harry Potter. Everything goes back to it because they make no other points. Trump's like Voldemort. Shut up.
He, him, and I identify as a bisexual trans man. And I love Harry Potter.
I thought I was going to say I love Dick. Poor Teddy.
This whole, like, I don't...
This looks like a beheading video for Teddy.
I'm going to let that comment go.
Okay.
Because, that just...
I know.
Favorite Harry Potter character?
It's like Royce put the ball on the rim, but I didn't want to jump and knock it into the hole because it would have been a foul.
Right.
It was just like, God damn it, I don't want him getting free shots.
Is black because he grew up surrounded
Because
by
remember, if we get a content strike, then it's going to be another 3 months and 4.5 days.
Yep.
Before we can live stream.
Because he grew up surrounded by so much evil, but he remained dedicated to good stuff and fighting evil. And plus, he had a really cool flying motorcycle.
Sirius is so cool.
I hate how scripted it is, dude.
No, it's not scripted. They're totally natural. Oh my God, she makes her face too.
What is? Can we look? It's a phenotype. Can we start looking into this phenotype? Because fish mouth is a thing. And then the soy boy, people are now, instead of doing the ethno stuff, they're identifying phenotypes. So it's not really about your race.
Right.
It's about you, regardless of brown, white, black,
Right.
gay, straight. But certain people have like weird retard autism traits. And like fish mouth is always, hey, I'm offended. Cocks, not blacks. And I think that we might be identifying a phenotype right now live on the show in this community where they're uncomfortable. Every time I say something and it bombs, I'm going to go, I fucking hate that face.
Jack. Whoa. And Lindsay. Whoa. Did you know that you both look like Harry Potter?
Oh, I guess we kind of do.
It's got to be the glasses.
Oh.
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah, totally the glasses.
And the hair.
You know what, though? We're missing something really important.
Your parents' respect and love.
Good call, Jack. That's definitely better. I think we're ready now.
They have a really good makeup crew, though. Got to give them that.
Ready.
Okay, so there's a lot of activism in Harry Potter.
There absolutely is. I mean, activism is actually kind of the entire premise of the series.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a closer look.
No, let's not.
So we have the main trio, Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Oh, I forgot. There might be some spoilers coming up ahead, but they aren't big spoilers. We promise. Okay.
How long has Harry Potter been out? If you don't know what the fuck happened in it at this point.
So check it out. He's not familiar. He's never heard. So there were these books
Okay.
by this woman named J.K. Rowling.
Why was she kidding?
I hate you. Hey, I don't know why. I don't know why, but that made me angry. It wasn't even like, I was
Right,
like,
okay, so we've got our three friends and the whole backstory for Harry. His parents died because of Voldemort when he was a baby, so he's had to live with his terrible aunt and uncle, so that kind of stinks.
Yeah, that totally stinks.
No, you know what stinks? You stink, Jack. You and Lindsey fucking stink. We need to fucking save Teddy. I know we say it all
we
the
need
time.
to save
we
him.
Need to save Teddy.
Poor Teddy.
Right. And when Harry goes to Hogwarts, where Dumbledore is headmaster, which is kind of like a principal, he finds out that he's a wizard, and he learns tons of cool magic, and he also learns a lot about his past and Voldemort.
Voldemort was seriously evil when Harry's parents were alive, and Dumbledore thinks that Voldemort is trying to come back.
Well, Teddy, that's actually where the activism part comes in.
Here it comes.
Voldemort and his followers think that wizards should only come from families that are all wizards.
Yeah, Voldemort and his followers don't like witches and wizards who come from non-magic families. Like,
Are they going to turn this into a tranny thing?
Well, because obviously,
J.K. Rowling stole Harry Potter from another old British comic, by the way. Look it up. That's like a legit thing, and they totally stole a bunch of work. Secondly, listen.
and also, J.K. Rowling's not even the what do they call it? That entire genre is called Tolkien fantasy.
Yes, correct.
You know why? Because you're a fucking hack, J.K. Rowling. You took from that universe and that imagery, and you kiddied it up, and you made it basically child and autist friendly.
Well, here's the thing too. When
They're obsessed with it.
It's not. There's no activism in Harry Potter. That's the thing. Now, after the fact, she's saying, "Oh, it's activism," but the book was just a kid's book. There really isn't. It's about wizards and all this stuff. Even if you watch the movies, there's no activism in it. There's no like gay character or trans. It's just fucking magic for kids, right? So now, after the fact, even J.K. herself is trying to inject
because
politics
she wants to stay
into
relevant.
it. Right, correct.
And it's getting clicks. I mean, every time some fucking retard from some liberal California college writes their thesis on how J.K. Rowling's books parallel the Obama campaign.
I know.
And it's like you just write a fucking 3,000 word salad, toss it out there, and every time they do, J.K. Rowling sells more books, so she doesn't care. She loves it.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
It is.
Do you know what real life is? Real life is Lord of the Rings. There are fucking humans and elves that can deal with each other. Then there are orcs, okay?
Yeah.
And like you got the humans and the elves and the dwarves, and there's all these people, i.e. America, we can all get along. We just want the fucking orcs to stay where the fucking orcs stay, in Mordor.
Oh, I like this. White nationalism explained through Tolkien.
Well, that's all the memes. There's tons
like
of...
it.
Dude, orc memes have been hot for years.
I'm not in that subgenre like you are.
People use orc memes all the time to illustrate that, yes, it's that you want to use Harry Potter memes, we'll use Lord of the Rings ones. There is an invading force, and they are using, they're not even using the conventional means to
Conventional
invade.
memes.
They're not taking over with an army. They're trying to use these sleazy ways and manipulate lead. It's orcs. Muslims. Sorry.
No, you mean orcs. Bigot.
or non-magical people.
Wait, who are the dwarves then?
What
the
is it, Teddy?
Hispanics?
Jews.
I thought the elves would be the Jews.
Nah, I don't think the elves.
Because they have their own mysterious island that they can always retreat to if they want. They live longer there.
You know what? You might be right.
And they have all, and they control all the
you're
money.
You're right. Yeah, I guess dwarves are more like the Mexicans or Hispanics, like you said, like the builders.
The elves are just good-looking Jews in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's just Just like the stuff we talked about, like privilege and identity and stuff.
You've got it, Teddy. Voldemort doesn't treat people fairly.
So Harry, Ron, and Hermione, with a lot of help from Dumbledore, fight to make sure that all witches and wizards are treated fairly. And
The thing is, though, is that fucking Harry Potter didn't live in some studio apartment in L.A. and didn't take Ativan daily. You're not a fucking activist. You're not a wizard. You're a fucking degenerate.
He didn't fight to make sure all witches and witches were fucking treated fairly. That's not the point of Harry Potter. The point is to fight this dude that looks kind of like a snake, and he's the bad guy, and they use magic. It has nothing to do with this force activism. Even J.K. Rowling in her book, right? I'm sure you've seen the meme. But, you know, Hermione in the book is said to be really white, very pale, right? And J.K. Rowling then in the screenplay that they wrote for The Cursed Child, grown-up Hermione's played by a black woman. J.K. Rowling helped cast that. Then she said, nowhere in the book does it say Hermione's white. So, of course, book fans are going in there, finding the scene where she says Hermione's pale and white, taking screenshots of it, and going, what are you talking about? Even she's forgotten her shitty work, just a virtue signal.
Yeah, look, you get to a certain point in your career.
And I'm sorry, Harry Potter fans, because there's a lot of people that like, even people that live in this home that enjoy Harry Potter. But there's no activism.
This is why I like Game of Thrones. At least it's like real life.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're in my way, I will murder you. Like, that's how people really are. It's not like this activism. And
So are the
spells.
Muslims Dothraki? Yeah, they're invading Westeros.
I guess, yeah, there's a little bit of a Muslim vibe to them, I guess. Yeah, I guess that would work.
Yeah, the Iron Bank of the Jews.
How they're activists.
That's so
Racist.
No, but it's also accurate.
I'm telling you, buddy, you gotta see this Game of Thrones. It's all an allegory for the Jews, buddy.
cool. They fight the evil Voldemort. They're magical activists.
See, Voldemort is the way a kid would say it.
Got it, Teddy.
No,
Thanks
it's not.
so much for helping us out, Jack.
Well, if the kid was a bear.
No, you know how a kid would say it? The same way you'd say it, except more mumbly. They don't say Voldemort.
They say Voldemort.
That's what a 40-year-old baby as a cartoon would say.
No, that's what that grown-up toddler girl that we did Extreme Love last week would say it.
I was thinking the
Voldemort.
Yes. Yes. Hey, Daddy, Voldemort. Listen, I have to fuck you later. Could you act like...
Can you not do that, please, for the love of God?
Could you get a goddamn job?
Oh, thanks for having me, Linz and Teddy.
Bye. Jack is so cool.
Can I get that wand so I could do that to people? They
You
come
wouldn't
around?
want... Hey, Lindsey, you wouldn't want to give me that one.
What are your preferred... Listen, so you understand. If anybody...
Does it cast destruction spells?
If...
Man.
If anybody were to walk up to me and say, what is your preferred pronoun? I don't know I would ever be able to talk to them again.
I would be like, honestly, after asking me that, my only preference would be not to talk to you at all.
My preferred pronoun is leave me alone. I want nothing to do with you. I'm having a Facebook fight right now. Well, we'll get to that in a second.
This bitch was saying that on Tumblr
I know.
a while back, and that's when Kiwi Forums was like, no, she's dead. She's left comments on other things before about how you should always start every conversation with what do you identify as. And again, and even people on Kiwi Forums were like, heterosexual women will not enjoy that.
No.
Women don't even like if you start critiquing their shoes too much. They will emotionally fall apart on you. You're supposed to go, hi, how do you do? You look lovely today. Where are the Doritos? What aisle are those on? It's the same conversation.
You're right. It's easier to apologize for misgendering somebody than it is to ask them. It's easier to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I apologize, bro. Anyway, where are the Doritos?
What do you want, dude? I just want Doritos.
I just want chips for the party.
Yeah.
That you're not invited to. You fucking abomination in the eyes of
And by
God.
the way, I want nacho cheese, not Cool Ranch that identifies as nacho cheese. What section's that in?
Depends on what I'm having. Nacho cheese ones from drinking beer.
I loved talking about Harry Potter and magic and activism with him.
Jack is awesome. And Harry Potter is one of my all-time favorite stories. I'm so glad I can share it with all of you and talk about why it's so important to me. Reading Harry Potter as a kid has a lot to do with why I'm an activist now. And
Oh,
why I
great.
want-
So don't let your kids read Harry Potter, folks. I guess the takeaway from this is do not let your children read Harry Potter or they will grow up like Lindsey Amer of Queer Kid Stuff.
To make the world a better place.
That's really nice, Lindsay.
She's doing it.
Hey, how you doing, Teddy?
Thanks for telling me
I
about
would
it.
love if they, by the way, streamlabs.com/we're not sorry if you'd like to donate to our program.
Yeah, 'cause we're
live
crushing-
throughout
we're
the
crushing
show.
it today.
And, get your little name to pop up on the screen. I want to see her do a Streamlabs.
Yeah.
I would love for Lindsey Amer to do a Streamlabs session. She'd make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if she just did one where the comments were allowed to be shown on screen, oh, fuck, I'd give anything for that. She'd be a millionaire in one
That's
show.
it for today. Thank you so much for watching.
All right, well, enough of that.
Queer Kid Stuff. I'm trying to diddle your kids. So bring your kids.
Wow, they're not even hiding it anymore. They're just doing it. They're just saying it
That would
right
be
now.
the greatest theme song ever. I'm trying to diddle your kids. So please bring over your kids. Not even try to rhyme it with anything. Just look, I think the take home from this is I want your kids. That won't get taken out of context.
No, it will. I'm actually writing down the time. We need a new intro anyway soon. So.
Ah, boy.
I'm sure I have that. Hey, Mike, I have a Florida story for you. You're going to love it. This might be, because remember, we have a, what are you calling it? The Florida story of the year?
Floridian of the year.
Floridian, okay.
Floridian of the year.
We have a couple contenders today. Can I read the first one for you? Florida City apologizes after text alert system is hacked to warn of extreme zombie activity during a power outage.
Fucking, that guy's a hero, if anything.
Oh, residents of Lake Worth, Florida, received an alert at 1:41 a.m. Oh, on Sunday night.
What an awesome guy.
On Sunday. Notifying them of a power outage and zombie activity. Hold on, I think I have a...
Imagine affecting the entire town's Monday morning. That's awesome.
What a fucking dick you have to be.
Best.
Here's what it said. Start time, 2008, 5:20, 1:41. Project repair time. Power outage and zombie alert for residents of Lake Worth and Terminus. And there is now far less than 7,380 customers involved due to extreme zombie activity. Restoration time uncertain. Residents of Florida City received surprising text alerts during a power outage. Power outage and zombie alerts, I already read that. It says Lake Worth City spokesman Ben Kerr later posted an update in a Facebook group dedicated to the community saying officials were investigating the bogus alert. Okay, you know why this happened? Anybody that's ever used or ever had to use a local government's website understands why they get hacked. Okay? They have these antiquated websites. Have you ever gone to pay a ticket or to sign up for a power, like have a power company come out? And there's a lot of smaller cities that they've had the same website that if you go to it, it still says copyright 1999. And that's why they get hacked. They put no money into keeping anything safe and secure. If you ever want to get your credit card information stolen, pay your local power bill using a credit card online, because that's an easy way for your shit to get stolen. These sites have worse security than Compound Media. And that's saying a lot.
By the way, a lot of rumors going around. A lot of people posting things that like the fucking... What do you call it? That they're getting like $10 Uber charges on those old cards and stuff.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Wait, what does that mean?
I can't
now?
confirm it, but there are,
Oh, update for the people that do listen to the Anthony stuff real quick. He lost another show on his station, moved to guest.
No, he didn't leave. He didn't leave.
Oh, he's
I
there?
got yelled at on Twitter a lot last night about that.
He didn't leave. He's still on.
Michael Malice is doing
both.
Well, You're Welcome is moving to gas.
Okay.
So You're Welcome will no longer be on Compound, but he's going to do a new show 4 nights a week on Compound. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Well,
But
good for him.
According to Anthony Cumia, he said on his own show yesterday, and I quote, I don't hold these guys to any sort of like exclusivity, so that's what you're paying more than Netflix for, folks.
Another Florida story. Another quick Florida story for you. Oh, no, this is in Florida. Charleston, South Carolina. But it is a Publix.
Charleston's dope.
Grocery store. okay, let's put it before I read the title. So this is a Publix and the grocery store. Somebody went. It was a graduation, and they wrote the Latin "Summa cum laude" on a graduation cake. Okay, which is normal. Which if you graduated, you've seen it.
Yeah,
it's a Latin phrase.
Meaning "come on my tits." Yeah,
no, it does.
That's what I. It's not.
It does not mean.
I thought they were doing it in Rome, like you do it in Latin, so it's classier. I thought that's.
I don't.
That explains why I was kicked out of that graduation ceremony years ago.
Summa cum laude stands for in English with the highest distinction. That's what it means.
Okay.
Not come on my tits.
My apologies.
Okay, well, I'm glad I cleared that up. So they wrote it down, and they gave it to Publix, and this is the cake that they got back. Oh.
Whoa, that is shocking stuff.
There it is.
Congrats,
Jacob. Summa -- loud.
What does that even...
They thought the cum was someone trying to be dirty, and the Publix wouldn't do it. A South Carolina woman isn't happy the grocery store censored her honor graduate son's cake with supposed to include the Latin phrase "summa cum laude." Kara Kaczynski told the Post-Courier Charleston she ordered a cake online from Publix that was supposed to say "Congrats, Jacob, summa cum laude."
You know what's amazing is when you try to prevent something from being dirty and you inadvertently make it dirty.
Yep. She says the online message box did not like the word "cum," the Latin word for "with." The computer marked it as a naughty word and substituted 3 hyphens. Kaczynski said she then filled the box for special instructions explaining the Latin word and placed a $70 order. Another family member picked up the cake not knowing what it was supposed to say. It came with the hyphens. She says the store gave her a refund and a gift card after she complained. Well, at least they did the right thing. But I would recommend, number one, Publix makes terrible cakes. Go get a cake from somewhere else. Secondly, remember when women used to go make cakes themselves?
Publix is a place...
for subs.
For subs. And for, you can go there and get a cake for like a coworker or somebody you hate. But you'd never...
Like a coworker.
That's what I mean. For their birthday. Somebody goes, we got to get Mark a cake. And you're like, you just stop at a Publix because you don't care about Mark.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care if Mark lives or dies.
Yeah.
So, but nobody ever goes.
And you can always tell it's a cake you don't care because it's just like a plain vanilla cake with vanilla frosting. You don't go deep with it. You don't go like chocolate and strawberry filling. You just get like the plainest cake with just with just whatever is the cheapest with the frosting on it. Or get one of the throwaways that they wrote the wrong thing on that they sell for cheap.
Yeah, that's the best.
Those are they misspelled someone's name. Free cake.
Yeah, they put 2 R's in Derek. I'll take it. I don't care. My name's not Derek, but I'll eat the shit out of that cake.
So I'm sure you heard the Kendrick Lamar thing, right? Kendrick Lamar invited a nice young white woman on stage, yes, to sing a song with him.
First of all, she wasn't a nice young white woman because she was at a Kendrick Lamar show.
Good point. Brought her up on stage and had him sing. I don't really listen to Kendrick Lamar, so I couldn't tell you what song it was, but I'm assuming most of his songs do have the N-bomb in it and the A version. Nigga, as it were.
I would hope it doesn't have the ER version.
This song...
What kind of fucking music is Kendrick Lamar making?
Johnny Rebels covers. He invited her on stage and asked her to rap the song with him. So here's what happened.
Will's just really cool, bro. You have to work.
You gotta bleep one single word, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so she rapped it, and then he told her, you got to bleep one single word. Did I do it? I'm so sorry. Because she was rapping along, and she obviously dropped the N-bomb, which went along with the song. She wasn't calling Kendrick Lamar that.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of advice to the hip hop anonymous community. If you don't want people using the N-word, that's just my thought, maybe. stop putting them in your fucking songs.
No, they're allowed.
In your super catchy. No, but fine. But you're going to write super catchy hit songs. So we're going to sing the super catchy hit songs. You don't like the word, don't fucking use and perpetuate the word, you retards.
Do you think when even the most virtue signaling white people are singing Gold Digger in their car, they're censoring themselves?
God damn no.
Come on, man.
I sing it in the club. I've almost been in fights before, and I don't. I'm like, I don't care, bro. You've not like it boils down to this whole thing. You're basing things on skin color,
Right.
And then I have to get ghetto, and I end up actually out loud saying the phrase "You don't know me," and then fucking drinks get thrown,
Right.
scuffle. It's a whole thing. But I don't wait till I get in my car. Fuck you. You wrote the song. I'm gonna fucking sing the song.
Yeah.
You don't like it. Don't fucking change the lyric.
Or don't have me come up here to sing it with you.
Or that.
You know?
But even so, if you saw somebody in their car white singing along, how can you be mad? You wrote the fucking song.
Daily Mail says this was a setup and fake as it gets. Outrage over suspected publicity stunt after Kendrick Lamar kicks a white fan off stage for singing the N-word in his lyrics. Fan backlash is mounting over an incident at a Kendrick Lamar concert, which
hilarious.
some are calling a setup intended to humiliate a fan for publicity. Lamar was headlining the final night of Hangout Festival in Gulf Shore, Alabama. That explains a lot. On Sunday,
sounds like somebody was being a little uppity
when he invited a white concert goer named Delaney on stage to sing his song Mad City alongside him. Just seconds into the song, Lamar cut the music and scolded the fan for singing the full lyrics of the song, which included the N-word throughout. Amid the outrage, some of it directed at Delaney, other fans wondering if the Pulitzer Prize winning... He won a Pulitzer Prize? Winning singer.
You know, so did that guy who made everything up a few years ago. So, I mean, you know.
Prize-winning...
Did you learn nothing from Season 5 of The Wire?
No. Intentionally set on the stir controversy and publicity by inviting a white fan to sing his lyrics, Lamar's publicist did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Yeah, there's a lot of people on Twitter. The biggest setup ever, said one Twitter user, brought a fan up on stage to sing Mad City and then flipped when she said the N-word. SMH. He knew what he was doing, ruined her life over social media. She's going to have to live with the video of people being mad forever. This is an obvious attempt by Kendrick Lamar and most likely his record label to stir the pot, another wrote. How much more hatred has been generated by this little stunt? I lost mad respect for my top 5 rapper, wrote yet another. You can't pick up and choose to say the word nigga when you say it in your music and have all your fans singing it. That is what's set up.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You're right. What did
exactly
you want
what it
her
is.
to do? You wanted her to... Do you think when she's singing it in the fucking car, she's censoring herself? You phony. You fucking phony. You write this music, again, like Mike said, catchy, so people sing along to it, and then when people sing along, it's a trap.
The best example ever is Rich as Fuck by 2 Chainz, and I can't not sing that song with all my, look, Rich as Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing it every time, just like I did then.
Yes.
You sons of bitches, you.
We have to go to break.
Yeah, I'm getting yelled at in the comments on somebody's page now. On Kurt Doolittle's page.
Oh.
By none other than Mike Enoch. I haven't read it yet.
Mike Enoch is yelling at you?
I guess.
Oh, this will be fun.
Streamlabs, all that shit, you can find it one place. RevengeOfTheSith.com/donate. You got all the links how you can support the show. And then, of course, if you're going to do some Amazon shopping, you'll see Amazon banners on that very same page. Click those, then do your shopping. It helps us out considerably. Like, subscribe, share, rate us 5 stars on iTunes and Facebook. And we will be back with the second hour of Revenge of the Sith. The most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sith. As Royce and Mersh continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk low. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersh are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am a thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian Airways.
Understand how my balls are going to taste when your country starts needing money. I don't give two shits about a treaty. You're a Polish midget. Come in. Hang on, I'm going to call you back. Yeah, go fuck yourself, retard.
Mr. President, we have a problem. People are pretty upset.
Oh, don't tell me people are still mad about that nigger thing.
It's pronounced Niger, Mr. President, and it's a country in Africa.
Oh, aren't we fancy? Okay, I don't want a bunch of Nigers in Africa aiding terrorists.
Mr. President, you need to be a little more careful. There's an investigation. A worker with ties to Russia was found raped and executed.
Raped and executed? Oh, you mean fuck to death? Oh, yeah, that was me.
Mr. President, people are starting to question your oath to the office.
My oath to the office was that I would fuck everyone to death, remember?
I mean it.
You guys be quiet. And you guys just get out there and put a positive spin on this whole thing.
How are we supposed to put a positive spin on it?
It's getting pretty hard to keep defending you. Maybe it's time we put our foot down.
Ooh. Hope you brought some condoms.
Second hour. Revenge of the Sis. Thanks for staying with us on this Tuesday, even though Mike thought it was Thursday afternoon.
I don't know, man.
He's getting yelled at by people.
There's a lot going on.
Apparently, Enoch says the videos are out of context, Mike.
Yeah, he says, look, man, look, it's our duty, of course, to always to give out somebody's side of events. But according to him, look, there's thousands of hours of this guy doing radio and podcasting out there. Obviously, you're going to find some out of context clips. I mean, granted, I started doing radio in 2006. There's millions of hours of me out there, and I don't think there's any of me identifying myself as a Jewish person. But again, who am I to split hairs? Again, I'm going to let it go. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not funding the alt-right with my money from my fucking job at Wawa like you people are. So,
Panera,
you want to give your money to these guys? What else?
So, we talked about last week that the SJW thing that was happening in comic books, that Jawbreaker comics.
Yeah, Mark Wade.
Mark Wade, yeah. So apparently this kid, and I actually shout out to Unsleeved Media because he's the one that, I saw him point this out. This kid went into a comic book shop to buy comics, and he was not allowed to, and he was banned from a comic book shop for supporting Jawbreakers, that conservative comic book. Check out. This is verified, by the way, so...
So, some of you guys may have seen my tweet talking about how I got kicked out of my local comic shop for supporting Jawbreaker.
By the way, just something to point out about this kid. He's a pretty big YouTube guy. Here, let me give his name so I could be fair here. It's The Real Comic Book Gamer. And 99% of his videos are what you would expect from something named like that. He talks about video games.
Yeah, just pure
comic
teenage
books.
autism of...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in episode 39, there were... Yeah, just that boring shit. I got you. All Call of Duty shit.
Local comic shop for supporting Jawbreakers, and I saw a lot of people being skeptical, which understandable. I'd be skeptical too because I didn't show any proof or anything. I just said that I got kicked out. Well, I did. I'm going to tell a story here about what happened. So I'm not going to name the shop. I have a video. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want to bring down any type of
Now the video's legit and it was up for a while, but then he took it down. It was on Twitter and it was a girl saying to him get out of here, So this did happen.
Shitstorm on this or any tons of drama or a witch hunt on that store. They have the right to refuse my business. That's fine. It's good for them. It shows the type of character that they are, but it's nothing to go and hunt them down. No, I don't want that. That's the last thing I want from this. I just want people to be aware of the situation, what happened,
kid's very
what's
un-American.
going on with these sort of SJWs kicking out a customer for no other reason than supporting a book. So I went into my comic shop like normal. I go in there about once a week to go and get my pull list, and I went in
Now, pull list means you write down the books you want and they pull them for you, and then you just pick them all up.
there. I was browsing around because there are people at checkout, so I just go and I browse around for 5 to 10 minutes while I'm waiting for the checkout lady to finish checking them out. When she does, I go up there, I put some comics on the desk, then I ask about my pull list. She asks for my name, I tell her my name. She immediately, you could see her eyes pop about the name that triggered her. She was like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to serve you. You need to leave. I'm refusing your business. You need to go." I said, "Why?" She couldn't tell me why. She's just like, "You need to go." I said, "Do you mind if I record this?" And I start recording, and she's like, "Whatever." And then she just keeps telling me that she's refusing my business. She has the right to. She's like, "Are you not going to leave?" I'm like, "No, I'll leave." And then I leave and I say, "Well, good to know you don't want money." And I just leave and I go. And that was the end of that. The reason I got kicked out, they didn't tell me, but I 100% know. It's because if you search up Jawbreakers Lost Souls on YouTube, I'm the number 2 result. So that's why I got kicked out, because this was one of those comic shops that Diversity in Comics was talking about that was colluding against him. Again, I'm not going to name the shop or anything because I don't want anything to go down on the shop or anyone to go. I don't want any big shitstorm on this shop.
Stop handling things maturely like an adult.
Yeah, fucking blow them up.
So un-American.
Blow
Give
them
out
up.
their name and their address and dox them. Threaten to rape their families. Be more American about this.
Very level-headed, this kid.
Way too around. You didn't go back there and shoot the place up. What is wrong with this kid? He's way too level-headed. He's going to make it way too far in life.
It sucks.
This was one of the shops that said they were going to bring like hellfire down on the publisher, and they were going to make sure the book never happened. All this other crap. They were one of those shops that was colluding against him, and now they're colluding against customers as well. I'm just a customer. I go in there, like I said, about once a week. I've been going there since, I believe, around like October last year when I moved to here. When I moved to this part of Washington, I went here, and because it's really close to me, it's a really close walk. It's like a 5-minute walk, so it's a nice shop. There's another shop that's way farther away, but I can still go there, and I'll try to go there, and hopefully I don't get kicked out of there. But yeah, I didn't do anything. I wasn't violent. I wasn't mean. I didn't do...
All he did was make a video supporting conservative writers.
But what do we do? Do we say bake the cake, bigot?
No, absolutely not. No, he did the right thing. No, I did absolutely not. They have a right to kick him out. Absolutely. I would never, ever, ever, ever do that. Never say they should let him be there.
What is
never.
This? Why is this?
What I am going to point out is
what's with this autism over this? What is this comic about?
Nothing.
Are they running around beheading fucking old Jewish ladies?
No, here's the thing about the comic book.
Raping minority women. What are they doing in the comics?
The comic book has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with a superhero group that fights giants. Like you know.
That sounds horrible. I'm glad that they've shut down half of
the writers.
The writers
are conservative. They happen to support conservative things.
What level of conservative are we talking? Not that
they're not alt-right.
Not that it even should matter.
Yeah.
It really, even if they were alt-right, if they wrote a good book, leave them alone.
Right.
If it has no alt-right coded messages. What are these guys Are they like Fox News conservative level? You know what I mean? Are they like, I'm trying to think of other levels of like, they retarded like InfoWars level of conservative? I'm just wondering like what have they been like, are they like Sam Hyde?
Over the past couple weeks, comics have been rocked by a wave of social media firestorm. At the center of it is diversity in comics. A YouTuber and aspiring comic writer whose real name is Richard Meyer. His Indiegogo project, Jawbreakers, was funded to the tune of $294,000. Good for him. At press time, a high figure for a comic written by a guy mostly known for ranting on YouTube about books he hates and getting into Twitter fights with comic nerds. Neither is usually considered a writer's proving ground, but here we are. His book was picked up briefly by publisher Antarctic Press for post-Indiegogo distribution. The crowdfunded to publish pipeline is not uncommon in comics. Five Ghosts, a fun adventure comic by Frank Barbie and Chris Mooneyham, had its first issue crowdfunded before it was published by Image. Shortly after Antarctic's announcement that they would publish Jawbreakers, the comic's Twitterverse, professional social circles, and retail circles exploded. Boycotts of Antarctic were announced. Retailers said they refused to order books, and many comic industries wrote pro-diatribes on Twitter and Facebook derailing the decision. Former Daredevil writer, this is the one we said, Mark Waid, went so far to call Antarctic Press the urge to pull Jawbreakers from their lineup. Antarctic pulled the book in more times than it took ESPN to cancel Barstool Van Talk. That's pretty fucking mean. But less time than Anthony Scaramucci, White House press secretary. Too many outsiders in the industry. This looks like a ban. Too many outside the industry. This looks like a banning of conservative from public square, but taking a very simplistic and borderline false view of it. Antarctica Press currently publishes a number of over-the-top Donald Trump-supporting books. Jawbreakers colorist Brett Smith graphic novel adaptation of Clinton Cash was a massive success and carried in many comic shops. No boycott was announced. No publishers were contacted. Today, you could still walk into many comic shops and find a copy. Meyer's personal attacks on various creators, tastemakers, and editors and other people in the comic book industry made the release of Jawbreakers by a publisher guaranteed controversy. Let me explain. Richard Meyer is a professional troll. Meyer's popularity needs to be traced back to his start, which began Twitter spats with different creators, editors, and publishers, generally calling out shoddy work in their books whenever they post something political on Twitter. So, on one quote, his detractors regularly cite from him calling an editor a cum dumpster. I want this book. I want this book.
I like the cut of this guy's jib.
Motherfucking Josh Whedon said who wished his mom was dead. He's glad his mom was dead so she wouldn't see fucking Donald Trump and he's worship. But this guy calls him fucking idiot a cum dumpster, and they don't put. So that's what it is. It's because he's political and he's vicious. Focusing on female editors.
But again,
is also
so is Joss Whedon, and so is Dan Harmon, and who are some of these other guys that are constantly like spurging out about right wingers on the internet.
like
viciously though.
Yeah, there's the guy who plays Hulk the most. He does it more than anybody else. The actor who plays
Ruffalo, Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is one that is completely just fucking all that he's about is anti-Trump.
Okay, so what about all those guys? Because it's
Keith Olbermann.
Keith Olbermann's another one.
Who is
but he
called
is out of
people.
a job, so we can't really bring. The reason I didn't bring up Keith Olbermann is because he is actually genuinely unhireable, and his podcast didn't even work out. So I was
he
like,
filmed in his garage.
Yeah, I'm just kicking a man while he's down. But there's other ones that are still like Mark Ruffalo. Goddamn, like he said,
He's
one
the
who
Hulk.
played the Hulk the most.
Yeah.
So what's up with that?
Focusing
As Shane Helms, a.k.a. the Hurricane, would say, what's up with that?
Also, focusing on female editors is also an offshoot of fake geek girl phenomenon where many fan complaints women in the industry are infiltrating to destroy, and they are, and don't actually care. They don't.
By the way,
like the
ladies.
things they're working on. Yes.
Ladies, if you want to know why some of us harp on you so much, it's one reason. And look, you're fucking terrible.
In comics, there's very little mainstream notability. It is not Olivia Munn hosting Attack of the Show. Your average Marvel editor is making somewhere around $50,000 a year and has to work in Manhattan. Well, you're an idiot. Who told you to do that? For those who have lived and worked in Manhattan, a $50,000 a year salary is essential to the poverty line. Okay, but do you understand? This is the same thing as Disney. Disney pays people shit here, too. Pay them shit. Marvel's not doing that. The reason you become an editor for Marvel is not because they're paying you well. It's because you have Marvel on your resume, and then you get hired anywhere. You know, like there's certain companies,
It's
right?
like Rockstar Games. If you want to go work for any
You're not
developer,
making a lot of money if you go to Rockstar.
but once you've left, you're like, I work
You
for
have
Rockstar.
Rockstar, and then you make money.
Unless you're Danny Ross.
In comics, there's very little mainstream notability. There's not Olivia. I already read that. $50,000 salary is essentially the poverty line. This
Ew.
is not a sacrifice worth making if you really don't care.
Even Vice pays 24.
Later, Meyer found a YouTube channel based on his Twitter where he discussed books, many of which he cherry-picked to incite outrage and clicks. He'd take books like Squirrel Girl, complaining about it being written for a 12-year-old girl. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. You know what this guy sounds like? He sounds like every comic book nerd.
He sounds like a fucking Spurg.
He sounds like, you know what he sounds like?
A Spurg? An Aspie?
Well, yes, but he's the comic book guy from The Simpsons. That's how all these geeks are. They've always been this way.
They hate everything. They're miserable. They critique every little detail.
Exactly. That's what they are. Worst movie ever.
It's what gave birth to Chris Chan. It's that obsessive, weird, Aspie kind of like, it's fucked. You know what I don't like about it? It's made for 12-year-old girls. Yeah, because they probably said, hey, you know what would be a good market to get into?
12-year-old girls.
12-year-old girls. Why don't we make them a book? If you don't like it, it's fine. It's not like they took the X-Men and changed it into something that's for 12-year-old girls. That would be fucking weird. You'd be like, well, why did you make Wolverine, you know, a pony with a rainbow-colored tail? That doesn't even make sense. This guy just sounds miserable, like Royce said. Like, actually, I don't know why they shaded her with the ratio of green to yellow colors, because in the old books they had her shaded in more of a blue and purple colors. Shut up.
Look, man, if this guy
Asshole.
raised $294,000 for his project and he has all these subscribers and these Twitter followers, and some people do like what he has to say. So to stop him just because he said mean things, that's ridiculous. You literally had people in Hollywood that were viciously raping people and raping kids for years and years and years. I guess what? Are you not going to go back and watch Terminator? Like, that's my point. It's this fakeness. This fucking fakeness.
Name 36 times that's happened in Hollywood in the last...
Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski.
No, Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski. There you go. You covered it. And then Kevin Spacey. There you go. You covered 30.
Casey Affleck. It's this fake, man. It's so fucking just fake outrage.
I almost wonder, and maybe this is a little bit of my tinfoil hat theory, but I think everyone's in on this right now. I think the comic books outside of Marvel and Marvel movies are fucking hurting right
No,
now.
even Marvel comic books are hurting. They don't sell that many. They sell hundreds of thousands of copies. That's it.
And I think that everybody's in on this, and I think everybody's talking about a stupid comic that nobody would otherwise be talking about.
Good point.
So
No, that's a good point.
This is all, and people are now starting to play it up more, and now it's taking on a life of its own. But this guy loves this. He's not fucking hating right now. He's raising money. He's got this little fucking spurg out there crying about his shit. It's working out beautiful. It's working out gangbusters for fucking whoever that guy is. I'm assuming he's a fat guy.
Supergirl. Not to stick with
Nazi
comic
Supergirl?
No, but I know that's your favorite though.
Nazi Supergirl.
But we will talk. We were talking about her. Supergirl casting a transgender character for season 4.
Can we bring back Nazis?
The CW Supergirl is casting a transgender character who will play a significant role in the DC comic-based show upcoming 4th season. The news originates in a casting notice for a character called Nia Null, described her as a transgender woman in her early 20s. The character is being cast with open ethnicity, meaning that they do not have a specific ethnic background in mind.
Still gonna have the, the whole deal there, or how are we doing this?
She may be she may be positioned to take over the newsroom, as she comes in with a strong journalism background. Ironically, Cat Grant, blah, blah, blah. According to the casting call obtained by comicbook.com, Gia will be a confident, wonder kind of a fashionista.
I bet she will.
Once a political speechwriter, Nia is the newest addition to the Catco investigating reporting team.
So basically nothing like a real trans woman. I got it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, because she's alive. Statistics. Just talking about that. Trying to be mean, Ethan.
God damn it.
So did you see the video of this 14-year-old kid in New York who pretended to be a cop to a blind guy and took his wallet?
No.
Yeah, there's no audio, but we will narrate it. This is a video.
No. Oh no. Because I'm not going to want to laugh at this, but
He's pretending. Now, the story goes he was pretending to be a cop, and he robs a legally blind man. So here's the video, and they're looking for him. There's no audio.
well, the blind guy's not looking for him.
So check it out. He's going through his bag. Okay, he's opening up his bag. He's looking around, and then they zoom in on his face. Okay.
This is a young kid, too.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So he just went over there and was basically like, hey, I'm a cop.
Right.
License red. I want to see your identification. Guy probably was like, it's in my bag.
Oh, no. The video's been taken down.
Has it?
Yeah. Well, here it is. Anyway, this is the picture of it right here. He took his wallet out, and he... it was taken down.
While you were watching
While I was watching it. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Wow.
A 14-year-old boy who poses as a New York City police officer while snatching a legally blind man's wallet in Manhattan subway station on the pretense of helping him was arrested on Sunday. His mother turned the baby-faced youth into the police nearly a week after the... That's a good mom, at least. At least she fucking, made him... he fled the subway.
I don't know about that. Fucking mom sold him out. Bitch-ass mom.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want the guy to get his wallet back?
You know what I would want?
You
know what I would want more than anything else? A mom that isn't a goddamn snitch.
I mean, I guess, but... okay, see, I think I got it. I think I got another video.
This is hilarious. I just love how fucking cool and calm this kid is.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He is a fucking... This kid's going to grow up to be an issue. I'm just saying that.
He went in there, took his wallet, and he just fucking bounced.
I'm going to say this. This kid's going to grow up, if he doesn't get his shit straightened out, to be extremely dangerous.
Mhm.
I do not want to hear people whining like, oh, what are you being racist? No, I'm just saying, you can, like, that kid had a confidence that I wouldn't have in my 30s trying to rob somebody like that. Like, that's kind of ice cold, man.
Though he looks younger than 14, judging by his face, police estimate the suspect is about 5'5". Okay, so they already got him.
Yeah, he looked like Kennard from The Wire.
So, yeah, that's what's again, he's not stupid. He's not a dumb kid. But You're right. If this isn't taken care of now, it will be a problem.
Yeah, because you could just tell that's a kid that kid is fucking people up at school and all that shit. I can already tell you. I can already tell you that kid's whole background by the way he carried himself.
We have two pastors. I don't know which one we want. Okay, I know there's this pastor, right? And his name is Jim Bakker.
Yeah,
B-A-K-K-A. You know who he is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to stretch my back, as Royce knows I'm having issues
with everything.
I think I'm dying.
Yeah,
Jim Bakker is. He's back.
Yes, he sells food buckets.
I didn't know it was going to be
he
Jim
sells
Bakker.
food buckets now.
What? Wait, food bucket?
Survival food, like food insurance.
Oh, like
but it's
how-
in buckets. You'll see.
The man who discovered the blood moons is here with us.
Yes,
Martin
he
Bills is back home. Thank you
Yes.
for coming back.
So great to have you back, Mark.
One thing, I don't know how many of you realize it.
Okay, all right. Look, we have to describe this to the audio-only people. So it's Jim Bakker. He's obviously gotten much older. He's got this other fucking shyster with him, this other fucking rip-off artist. And they carted in all these fucking, the type of old fatty people that you'd see in like Branson,
Right.
Missouri, and they're all sitting around with like a tablecloth, like cloth napkin type dinner table setup.
Whoa! You don't understand, my friend. Underneath those cloths are those buckets. Because in the next video I'm going to show you after this one, they show you how you
Wait,
decorate.
those aren't tables?
No, they show you how you decorate your house with those buckets. You'll see. Hold on.
Look back and say, yesterday was the last day to order and get prepared.
This offer comes with 22 buckets, plus a bonus of 6 additional buckets.
Whoa.
Morning moo.
So many buckets.
I want to show you something. All this food is for a gift of $2,500.
Oh,
8 years of bulk food. This
Now, to explain again for the podcast only listeners, he
So-
has these buckets that look like Home Depot, like
yes,
big industrial buckets, construction site buckets.
By the way, for $2,500 donation or
Yes.
more, you see, for tax reasons,
It's a donation.
we cannot possibly trade these goods and services for money.
Yes.
Without paying taxes. So it's a donation, and then based on the amount of money you donate,
You get the product.
you know who else uses this system? Prostitutes. I'm not kidding. This is for 200 roses, I'll be around for an hour. If you 300 roses, you get a whole extra hour.
Right.
That is what this is.
is what you should be doing. Wow. John, you come up. You're the rice preacher. You told me to do this. Look at they got shovels. By the way, get a shovel. These are foldable shovels.
Look,
It'll
man.
go in your backpacks. This is how you dig the latrine.
Wait, are you doing the music?
No, they're doing the
No,
music.
no.
It's not me.
Are you serious?
It's not me.
I thought you were fucking with me.
No, I'm not fucking with you.
This is what they went with?
I mean, this isn't, unless they edited,
No,
whoever edited
they
did it.
edited
Whoever
it.
edited it might have added it. Yeah. I think
We
you're right.
made up. They've been cooking during the show. Wow. And this right.
Look, you want a bucket of mashed potatoes that you pick up with a shovel?
You know
Look
what?
how, look, ah!
Royce.
He's eating the mashed potatoes from the bucket.
Royce,
What?
listen. Well, you asked me a question. I'd like to answer your question. If the zombie alert that the Florida guy announced was real, and they were coming, and we were all going to die, and there was no food left, I still wouldn't want buckets of mashed potatoes.
That doesn't look appetizing to you?
Not at all, no.
Picking up a bucket of
Do you
mashed
know what
potatoes
that
with
looks
a
like?
shovel?
Do you know what that looks like? The floor of a Mexican restaurant, the floor of a kitchen of a Mexican restaurant, where you go, more frijoles, yeah, this looks like a John Taffer nightmare.
This rice is
You're
hot.
storing it on the floor. It's a bacteria colony. Clean it up.
It's just me.
Yes, it just came out.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is definitely edited, by the way. It's very funny. Who did this? This is like
I don't know, but this is great.
This feels like a Jason Yates video.
Just cook this rice, I'm hungry.
Just eating a handful of rice. Okay, now there is a little bit more that I wanted to show you. This little video, he shows you
Went
how
to
to,
the market?
how to decorate your house with the buckets.
You're taking care of your family. You can stack them in your garage. You can put them in the basement. You can put them under your bed.
Yeah,
I mean,
in your
there's-
closets, anywhere that you have
figure
space
out-
for it. Get creative and start
Yeah.
stacking these in your home, keeping this food in your home.
Can I get? Yes, she is. Can I give a little bit of advice?
But read the tag at the bottom.
Stop Christian genocide. Pledge 12 months to send food to the Middle East. Are they sending buckets?
I think they're sending buckets
of the food buckets.
The good thing about that is after using them, you can shit in them.
165 donation for you. And how many buckets?
Well,
does that
let's
get?
find out.
Home accessible to you
hang
and your
on,
family.
I still have questions.
Sure.
Well, not questions, but I do want to give some advice out there. Any of our boomer listeners, whoever's left, Ed Grot, if you're watching, this is for you. Any of our weird, crazy boomer doomsday folks, if you own any house, like obviously you own your own house and you're living comfortably, if you have a donation of $2,500 or more to spend on buckets of fucking food,
yes,
terrible
correct.
food. If you in certain states decide to send Jim Baker $2,500 and get all these giant buckets of food and decorate your home with them, that is grounds for you to be Baker acted. And then your children will begin to seize all of your assets and put you in a home. And it'll all be legal because you're stupid.
How much money would they have to give you? Oh, not real number now, a legit number.
To eat bucket food?
To
Like
eat
for the infomercial?
Yeah, like how much would it take to eat bucket food? Like legit. Like you could pick the flavor. You could pick the kind.
I have to eat it, but like
You don't have to eat all of it.
But you're talking about now also having to go there and do this Jimmy Baker gig and be the co-host?
No.
Or just have to go eat
Just
it
eat
on camera?
On camera,
Just
yes.
Like he did like one bite.
One bite? Okay, one bite. How much for
Well,
one bite?
For one bite, I do it for $50-$100. It can't be like,
So
oh
for
my
every
God.
$50 you give, Mike will take one bite out of this bucket. We've just
No, I
confirmed
won't.
it.
I never said
And-
that. I
No, he
never
did.
agreed
You
to
can
that.
listen to the tape.
No, that's
and he said for $50 he
No,
said
that's forcing me to take many bites.
if you every $50 you give, Mike will take a bite out of the bucket. And of course we're gonna need you to give us money to buy the buckets too.
What are we fucking Andy Worski now? We're doing mayonnaise dares?
No, it's not mayonnaise there. Because this stops Christian genocide. He's just using mayonnaise for mayonnaise.
If I have to eat bucket food to stop Christian genocide, then so be it with the Christian genocide. I guess, que sera, goodbye.
Anywhere that you have
Figure
space
out-
for it, get creative and start
Yeah.
stacking these in your home, keeping this food in your home accessible to you and your family.
One of the things we've done around
This is
here,
great.
we stick them under coffee tables.
Look how natural that looks. When you have guests come over, you
Dude,
come over.
I can't. This again.
So what he has, so you understand, so people that are listening, he has all these Home Depot-sized buckets that are filled with pancake mix and rice and food, and then he aligned them all into a big circle, and he put a big circular piece of cardboard over it, and then put a tablecloth over that.
But, guys, again, do you understand that this will get you Baker acted in the state of Florida? Like, if I had an elderly woman in my family.
Damian Scott says, just don't seal them with flex tape.
If I had a woman in my family. Well, no, you could around.
Oh, you're right.
Just one band around,
Right.
and it'll hold them together, and you can still
And
access.
then go sailing with it.
You can still access the tops of the buckets, but you would always have a bucket sealed together,
Got
much
it.
like for a raft or for any kind of protection device, barricade, if you will. Protect yourself from an Islamic chuck of tolerance. If you do this in the state of Florida, like if I had an old lady in my family with money and a nice house, and she went and did this, I would be like, yo, guys, let's get together. Like, we can get grandma's money now.
Right.
Like, this is enough to go to a court and go, this bitch gave Jim Baker $2,500 in donations.
For bucket food.
For buckets that I am assuming are probably only half filled with food. They're probably like bags of Lay's potato
Yes.
chips.
Mostly air.
Tables. You just stack them up and then put a cloth over them.
Yeah.
No, that is what crazy people do. That is not what I do. That is what crazy people do. People that give you money, sir.
He's making furniture like a fucking bachelor.
But he's
that
talking.
just got out of college. He's putting buckets and putting fucking. But this is 100% aimed for, like you said, vulnerable old people. There's not going to be any young people buying this.
Wait.
This is vulnerable old people, and this guy's supposed to be. Do you think this is what Jesus would want? Like, seriously, you're a Christian, right? You think fleecing old people out of their hard-earned money, and then instead of grandma giving me a check like she did every year, she's giving me a fucking bucket of rice-a-roni? Like, you understand?
And this is, so each one of those buckets is purportedly, according to this image, 90 days worth of food in each bucket, because that does not look like 90 days of food.
Yeah, and by the way, Discordian says in the chat, go bags are actually borderline sense. No, go bags are fine. I understand having a bag with all your essential stuff.
Dude, I understand having a pantry in your basement
Yep.
of essentials,
Of
powdered
course.
milk and all that. I'm not knocking people.
Right.
But the difference is you go to any Sam's Club or any place
Right.
and get properly stored and sealed
Correct.
powdered milk and non-perishables for a fraction of what this
Of
cunt
course.
is doing.
Of course.
I don't mock anyone, especially people with children and families that have a couple of 22 rifles in the basement and a couple of cans of beans and some powdered milk. You're being normal. This is you completely renovating your house and replacing all of your furniture with shitty food buckets from Jim Baker. It's crazy people behavior.
That is not normal.
That is not normal.
Board or a piece of plywood, and you make a top, and then you
no,
just stack
you
it.
know what you do? You have a fucking table in your house. Holy shit.
Grandma needs an intervention.
I can't believe you're up to the same old shit, Jim.
But isn't it gross?
Holy shit. Not right, but it's him. It's
I
Jim
know
Baker.
it's him,
He's been
but-
around, this fucking hustle, man.
But you know what bothers me about it, though? Like, for example, this video is put up on Right Wing Watch. So the problem is that this Jim Baker is thrown into every other Christian every other pastor. Like, there's good pastors, right? Who do good things for the community. We've talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
And then this kind of, when the left points out and like, oh, look at Christianity, how dumb it is. This guy's selling buckets. You're giving him more targets. You know what I mean? Like, this is gross. And that's why I think everybody in the right should denounce this fucking idiot. You know? Because he's not one of us. Let's be fucking clear. He's a fucking lunatic who's just trying to fleece old people out of money.
That's not even a right thing. You got to get the fucking Christians to denounce him. And I think that a good chunk of them do. Look,
Damien Scott, we replaced this load-bearing pillar with food buckets. The whole house falls down.
To be fair, I don't think that these people are real Christians. I think these are idiot Americans that fall for these scams. I don't think he's just ripping out. Like, anybody has a...
Why did her house fall down? Nana wanted mac and cheese.
I don't know, dude. This is gross. But
it's super gross.
It's also like... People want to be fucking rubes. So is he wrong for just going, all right, rube, give me a
No,
money,
but
stupid."
wait, but hold on. I will agree with you in the essence of a middle-aged person, or even I'm talking. You're right. But there's a difference between that and an old lady who's not all there, but could still function. This is my yes, the rubes deserve it, but do you think that this is something that I could foreseeably see one of my grandparents doing? And I love my grandparents, and they're not stupid, But, you get older, and you prey on... This guy's preying on you because, he's using your Christianity and your religion again. Look, again, should he have the right to do this? Yes, on the difference that he doesn't use fucking donations. They become a business and sell food buckets.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
This
Why would
is
you give away free money.
I get really angry. We always talk about being angry when they prey on kids. I also get really, really angry when they prey on the elderly. I think that is disgusting. You know what I mean? These are people that have lived their lives, and just because they're older, these fucking guys come and they use religion, they use the country, they use it to trick them into spending their money, and instead of giving the money to their family or to a charity or to their kids, they buy this, and then when Nana dies, instead of getting $200,000 in your will, you get $200,000 worth of fucking gravy in buckets. You know what I mean? Like that's
Dude, look,
it's
man,
gross.
But this is everywhere. Everyone has false prophets. Everyone has some leader that they just give their money to like a retard. You know, these Christian old people have Jim Baker. They give him $2,500 for buckets, for shitty buckets that they'll probably throw out antique heirloom, family heirloom furniture to make room for. You got fucking, we talked about him today, Mike Enoch, another one. These are all like false prophets. I hate to use that term, fucking, but everywhere from Jim Baker to Mike Enoch to fucking Bernie Sanders. All these people that, like, I was arguing with somebody earlier today about Bernie Sanders. This guy supposedly hates neoliberalism, but he worships Bernie Sanders. I'm like, what fucking planet do you live on?
Damien Scott has a good point. It's bad enough that 15 agencies call my grandma every couple of weeks to donate because they give money to the church and the police. Yeah, no, it's true. That I'm telling you, man, anybody who has grandparents or older parents knows this. Ask them. Next time you see them, ask them and go, hey, have you been getting a lot of calls from people to donate? Because they know that's what they do. They prey on people who are sitting there with nothing better to do, and it makes them, do that. And by the way, not that we have a lot of older people listening to our show, but however, if you have someone old in your family that's getting into this, move them to donate to their local church. Like donate to.
Give us money. Listen,
give
old people. Nana, if you're listening to me, listen to my words. The Illuminati are after us. We are actually QAnon. Go get your checkbook. I know you still use checks. I know. All right, get out your checkbook. This is going to be a long one.
And for a donation of $2,000, we'll send you an ROTC bucket.
Yes. And kids, if you're listening, go to your parents' laptop and go to PayPal.com. Your parents are probably lazy. They probably got their auto login stuff.
Yep.
So just go to login
and send us
and then
dough.
click on the username in the bar there, and it'll give you a couple of options. Go with Dad. I'm assuming he probably handles the money if he's a man. And send us money from his account.
What's in our ROTC buckets? It's not food. It has to be something better than food.
It's our own shit. That's what you get. Shit. And you'll like it.
Shit from us famous ROTC show.
Should we start doing an ROTC loot crate?
How about just buckets, 55-gallon drums of lube? We just send them lubricant.
It was an old ROTC shirt and then 3 empty cans of beer. It was a pretty shitty loot crate.
How about this? Wait, even better. We send buckets and we call them food buckets, but when you open them up, they just have a number for Domino's.
I signed up on Patreon, and they said exclusive content. I signed up, started doing $10 a month. They started sending me dick pics immediately.
But old-fashioned Polaroids in buckets. They sent me buckets of dick pics.
No, I sent charcoal drawings of my dick.
Oh, God. Mersh is the new Neanderthal dick pic.
I'm inspired by Asian charcoal drawings, old Japanese artists.
That's what you get. This is because you just watch Westworld.
You could have your whole living room with end tables and
that
coffee
sounds
tables.
really glamorous and awesome, I'm sure.
Mike, but think about this. Can you imagine?
Imagine all the people judging you as
you know my grandparents, right? Imagine if I were to walk in.
Have a seat on the bucket. Which bucket? There's so many buckets.
Imagine walking into somebody's house that you love and care for
This
dearly.
is the most uncomfortable beanbag chair I've ever seen.
Imagine you come. Here's why. It's a bunch of acorns.
Because it's a giant bucket full of mashed potatoes. Why are you sitting on my food? I don't want to sit on a bucket of fucking gravy while I'm playing World of Warcraft. This is silly.
You imagine walking into a relative's home that you love and seeing this? Like, how quickly would you go, what is going on? What is going on?
Trying to go to fucking Home Depot and see if do you have anything where I can mount a flat screen television to a food bucket?
Do I need a special adapter for that? Is that something I got to get a
Find
Radio
that
Shack?
and I'll donate $2,000 to this local Home Depot. No, that's not how it works, man. You just take it to the register. They'll ring you up.
Oh, my God.
What is this tax you speak of?
Made out of food buckets Just do it.
Yeah.
You
and
know-
then after that year as well, to the Middle East, you'll be sending 600 days of food. So that's 3 years of food for you and 600 days to the Middle East.
Hey, how come they get fucking?
Wait, whoa,
Why they get almost
whoa,
2 years of food?
whoa.
I don't. Why? Whoa.
How come they get more food than I get?
Well, I get more, but they're getting a disturbing ratio here. Why should they get a third to my 2/3? That's silly.
If you can't do this whole year, over here we have a half a year.
That's the end
If you were to fucking survive on 10 buckets of food for a year, you would be a master. I'd rather just become a zombie, dude.
Yeah. So that's one pastor. Let's move over to another pastor. Maybe this one espouses the reviews.
Oh, cool. More pastors. More fucking. I'm sure this guy's going to be. I'm sure he fits in with the theme of today.
Remember our favorite show, Extreme Love? They have a new episode, Mike.
Oh, no.
The Bible speaks of many, many men having more than one wife, and we believe that it was right for us to do.
Oh, do I hate you.
60-year-old Tom Miller has recently married 19-year-old Reba.
19. What gets better?
With the full support of his wife, 44-year-old Belinda.
Everyone comfortable yet?
I'm not.
They look like they buy food buckets.
They look like they eat food by the bucket.
Yeah.
My ladies.
Did he call them my ladies?
As he hangs his fedora up for the day on a rack. My ladies.
I've been blessed by God to have two women that I love their spirit. I love who they are. I love their laughter. They're
Yeah,
both
I'm sure you don't like that 19-year-old
They love
body.
and they love that my house is paid off and that I get a pension.
Yeah, they love it.
And that I can keep lights on and food in the house and relative stability.
different. I'm in love with both of them.
The trio, who believe polygamy is supported by the Bible, are preparing for the birth of Tom and Reba's child.
How dare you? How fucking dare you sit on that shitty, awfully constructed little altar in your horrible strip mall church? You fucking fraud, degenerate scumbag. This is like a whole show of false prophets. False prophets!
And again, I don't give a flying fuck if you want to live your life and bang 3 chicks at the same time. I don't care. Listen, I was fucking young. So was Mike. We did a lot of fucking shitty things. However, we never did it under the guise, nor did we ever use the Bible to defend it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, hey, Mike, you just robbed that place. Yeah, well, I mean, Jesus robbed. No, he didn't, but,
Yeah.
you know.
No, Jesus condones my double, my cheating on everybody.
It's the hypocrisy.
I spent my 20s going, well, what would God think? Oh, God, I don't give a shit what God thinks.
Yeah.
And now I'm spending my 30s going, hey, I'm sorry, God. I apologize.
Let's see what Bizarre World Ron Bennington has to say.
Tom and Reba's child.
You keep our babies safe, Lord. You keep our children safe.
It's Bizarro Fez.
Oh, I guess you're. But he's like if Ron and Fez were a person. One person. Oh, he got her pregnant.
Of course he did.
Oh, okay, good.
Baby safe, Lord. You keep our children safe.
The baby would have 2 moms,
Nice house, though.
which I'm okay with that.
Tom is the love of my
By
life,
the way,
and Ray.
By the way, does that not look like a broken girl?
Oh, yeah. To the core. Something terrible happened to her when she grew up. I will put, if you had to put money on it, something terrible happened to her.
Do you understand that there's nothing... For me to want to hang around and date a 19-year-old would be weird.
Right.
And I'm half this man's age. Fucking degenerate.
Keep our children safe.
The baby would have 2 moms, which I'm okay with that.
Tom is the love of my life, and Reba is the blessing of my life, so it all works.
But while they might be happy together, their lifestyle raises a few eyebrows.
Yeah, you fucking think. You think? Sorry.
They're at a carnival now, so they're walking hand in hand in a carnival. Well, hand in hand in hand.
This guy's sick.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's see the hero. Let's see the hero of this story. It gets 1 frame. The guy in camouflage that says...
I think it's wrong. This guy's sick.
This guy right here.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Guy in camouflage, can't go wrong.
Jesus said to him, "Rise up, take your bed and walk."
Tom is now a pastor, but he didn't always live a religious life.
I was raised in inner city Cleveland in the projects. And
Real LeBron James.
And
let me guess, you went to prison. Found God.
Okay, why don't you guess before we do it? Okay, before we do it.
Went to jail, probably for some, some medium time shit.
But he'll probably say I ran with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. It was drugs or it was a bank robbery, something like that, right? And then you're like he said, I had a drug problem. I turned around when I hit rock bottom in jail, and then you found Jesus, and because the pews are not exactly filling up, and Christians will take in anybody. You got out and you hustled your way into the preaching life because you was probably turned other guys' lives around out there in jail. Piece of shit.
This train's exporting polygamy. Fun times in Cleveland today. That's from the Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. That was fucking hilarious.
That was pretty good.
Inner city Cleveland in the projects, and found no good way of getting out. And I bumped into people that were doing the wrong thing.
Oh, so far so good. The wrong crowd.
He became a mafia enforcer, but when he was in prison...
A mafia enforcer?
All right, well, now we're cooking with gas.
Enforcer, but when he was imprisoned for 7 years for stabbing a man in a bar fight...
Mike, I'm going to ask a question. Are Christians too forgiving?
Yeah, they tend to be.
Do you think sometimes...
Christians,
and we really do try to protect...
Christians tend to be a word that I know we don't like to use too often because it's overused in our society nowadays.
It is.
They're cocked. They are. They're cocked. They're very like, okay, don't judge anybody. And
even the new pope, man.
Oof. New pope's a fucking...
Oof. That's a rough one, seriously.
The new pope is literally Satan.
No, I don't think he is. I know what you're saying. I don't think he's literally Satan. I do think that Mike's making devil horns.
Fucking Satan.
His life changed.
I've been indicted 52 times.
Okay, maybe not so much medium time shit.
I'm not proud of that, but that's who I was. So
he looks like someone who's kind of proud of that.
Yeah, look, I'm not proud of the fact that I was indicted 55 times, but I do know the exact number of times.
Sold some guy's Bible in prison and read
I don't
it
know the exact number of times I've been laid in my life. And because I'm not really I've never been I'm super, I gotta keep track of every time. You seem to know all your felonies. I know guys that aren't proud of their past, and you go, how many times did you get indicted? And they go, Jesus, that's me. You look back, they're not going 55 times, 56, if you have the one that was drawn. All right, Jesus.
Sold some guy's Bible in prison and read it I was in solitary confinement for 2.5 years. I read the Bible. I didn't meet a pastor. I met God that said, yeah, even you can live differently.
Tom was released from prison a changed man in 1991.
Yeah, real changed.
7 years ago, he married his first wife.
Wow, look at that fucking glamour shot.
But as she got older and fatter, he looked for someone new.
Linda, who has 7 children from a previous marriage. And it was she who suggested the idea of...
7?
Yeah, so she was already a mess. Here's the thing, right? He got out of jail. She took him in and supported him. Because, when's he going to fucking...
I could change him.
Yeah, exactly. And what is she going to fucking... I'm sure her dance card wasn't full of 7 kids. So, she takes him in, whatever, helps him get back on his feet, and then he manipulates his whole hustle. Now he's got the fucking breadwinner. He can fuck off with his fake pastor shit, and he can bang some 19-year-old on the side. This guy's a fucking genius. He's not a Christian, but he's a genius.
Philip Pinochet says, go back to the picture. Look at that boy standing in the middle. I think he was crossing his eyes on purpose. I think he was messing around.
That is young Eric Harris. Anybody curious?
7 children from a previous marriage. And it was she who suggested the idea of introducing another woman to the family.
Belinda and I had been looking for a sister wife for a year. It had to open to the thought and had tried to find somebody that was like-minded spiritually.
Yeah, no, and I bet it was her idea. Do you know how many times I've eaten a meal with a young lady and they thought where we were eating was their idea?
Yeah, of course.
So, stop. Don't be fucking disingenuous. You put this out there. You put the feelers out and started getting the ball rolling.
I wanted to have more of a family. I wanted to be complete, and having another lady in the house not only makes our family as a whole, but individually is a beautiful thing because it's like having a sister around.
This year, Tom tied the knot with 19.
Oh, it looks like he's eating her face. And she's not, dude, that is not a, look, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That girl is not happy. It's not a happiness.
18-year-old Reba.
I'd known Reba for a long time, but then she moved away and
what?
Hadn't seen her for years.
Wait,
what?
Wait, what?
What?
He's known this 19-year-old for years?
Hey, Royce, turn that back a little bit, will you?
I got it.
This year, Tom tied the knot with 19-year-old Reba.
I'd known Reba for a long time, but then she moved away and...
Look at the pictures they're using.
Hadn't seen her for years. Belinda and I were operating a food pantry that we have at the church. And Reba...
I'm saying it. He fucking diddled that kid at some point.
Or groomed her. I don't remember. I
Something.
groomed
So
her.
we're groomed. Something. This is... Oh. Oh, he's a fucking pastor?
Yeah.
Why are they celebrating this on the show?
And hadn't seen her for years. Belinda and I were operating a food pantry that we have at the church. And Reba just come running across the parking lot. I caught something because she hugged me, and I was like, that wasn't a normal hug. I wanted to keep hugging her.
What? Dude, I knew we were getting into a weird thing here with this. Did you even know it was going
No,
to take this turn?
I didn't.
Like, I thought it was weird. Like, trust me, I worked in strip clubs for years. I've seen enough 19-year-old, 20-year-old girls dating fucking 50, 60-year-old guys. I've seen it. But they met them in the club when they were 18, 19, 20. You know, it wasn't... I didn't know it was going to go into the... This is fucked, man. What the fuck?
I realized, wow, I'm really appreciating her as a woman.
But Reba's family did not approve at first.
Why would that be?
You think? Why? Was that, what was the problem? What was the problem with those fucking bigots? I want to know.
First, my family thought it wasn't right. They didn't think that it was right for me to be here and be with him because of the whole him being married. But then they eventually started coming around and they were like, you're happy. That's all we care about. As long as you're happy, we're happy.
The trio lived.
No, what happened was they turned out that they realized that they raised you and you got to 18, 19, and that this is a peak for you. You're not going to really, you're a fucking mess. And they were like, whatever, do whatever you want.
And she's pregnant.
In the same house and organized sleeping arrangements so that each wife gets individual time with Tom.
We do like every 3 days. One of us will sleep in what we call the master bedroom.
My problem is, man, again, this is already gross, but you call yourself a man of God. You're supposed to be a shepherd for your flock. Who the fuck would want to? Would you want to bring your teenage daughter to church?
No.
To join this guy's weird fucking Koresh cult? What the fuck, man?
The other wife will sleep in the other bedroom, and just the way it is. There's no like, hey, I'm upset because it's, you know, your night or my night. We've pretty much worked all that out, you know, and we're comfortable with that. In our relationship, we do not share a bed. It is one-on-one. Tom is either with me or he is with Reba.
Mostly he's with Reba.
He's with Reba mostly.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'm sure you have a lot of time to watch your stories.
Balancing act of time. You know, I have to balance my time with my wives, and I try my best to do that.
Jealousy for me.
Do you understand that he's known her since she was a kid? And listen to this music they're playing, like,
They're
you know who's worse?
normalizing
You know who's yeah, exactly. You know who's worse than all them is the people normalizing this. This extreme love people that have been testing the waters on this weirdo shit for a while.
It's not
And I wouldn't even have a problem if they went there under the guise of, like, we want to cover you guys and do this awesome thing. And then went to the editing table and were like, let's really, like you know, because there's a way to edit this and show and go, look, they're fucking degenerates. That's all this is. They shouldn't be praised. Oh, this so fucking makes me angry, man.
I enjoy the type of relationship that we do, and I'm confident and secure with my husband.
But I also have the responsibility to let them know they're loved. And it's my job to constantly remind both of them that even though I'm in a relationship with Belinda and Reba, they're both still singularly important to me, and they are.
But they he still dresses like a mafia enforcer too. Look, he still dresses with the like he's still a mob guy.
They do spend most of their time together and get mixed reactions when out in public.
Well, unless you're kissing, they probably think it's a wife and a daughter, right? Wouldn't you? Like if
I would just assume.
Yeah, if they weren't kissing and they were walking, it looks like a dad holding his daughter's hand and holding his wife's hand, right? That's what it looks like, right?
Yeah, that's all I would think.
As long as they're not kissing in public, I don't think anyone would think, oh, they're
I'm
fucking.
sure they are, though. I'm sure they're fucking disgusting degenerates. I'm sure this man likes to flaunt his degeneracy, and it's a fucking small town, so I'm sure they do get looks because everybody in town knows him as the fucking pervy creep wannabe pastor. He's probably got 4 parishioners, and this weirdo creep. This whole thing is just a fucking mess. Fuck this guy.
We get stared at a lot.
Yeah,
we
do
get
ya?
attention. We don't wear a big sign saying, I'm married to 2 women.
I wish you could
But they
fucking
can tell.
impaled.
Sometimes someone will see me kissing one of them. And
No, not one of them.
The young one.
When you kiss your wife, nobody cares, and they go, "Oh, that's
Look at
normal."
that. Look at that. She's about to go for she was about to. Dude, go back. Because he kisses her, and then the wife's like, get over here, you. Watch. Watch.
We don't wear a big sign saying, I'm married to 2 women. But they can tell. Sometimes someone will see me kissing
See,
one
he's
of
like,
them.
get over here, young one.
And they
Just
thought
like,
I was married.
me too.
Married to the other one, and then I
Fuck
let them know,
off.
by the way, we're all married. Because they're both my wives. Really? And I have had people say, why would you want more than one of them? Look at them, they're beautiful women.
Well, no, they're not. For those podcast listeners, they're not.
No.
That's kind of sick, honestly. 45 years old and 60 is a big difference.
That's
let
only
alone
15 years.
Yeah, but I mean, let alone 60 and 19.
They're both his wife.
Is he Mormon? No, Christian.
Tom Miller is the type of guy.
Fucking Generations icon coming up, though. Like, fuck this guy.
Vicky Hastings, Tom's former prison officer.
Oh, no, this is going to be great.
She is huge.
He is the go-to guy. He's there anytime you need him. And he doesn't treat people
Wait, she's a former prison guard, and now she's part of his church.
any different. He just loves people. He's good to everybody. In terms of him having 2 wives, it's not something that I would do, but that's the lifestyle
I'd be
that
lucky to have one husband, quite frankly.
By the way, she's so, and this isn't a joke. Mike, you're looking at it. She's so big, she has to use 2 chairs.
Yeah.
She's sitting on 2 chairs.
Yeah, because if anybody's ever been to a shitty, evangelical church in like a strip mall with them little shitty chairs next to each other, yeah, she's taking up 2 chairs. It's pretty funny.
and his wives want to take. Whatever you do, that's between God and you. And I love them unconditional. They're good people.
The trio's next challenge is to raise the child that Reba will soon give birth to.
Definitely, I'm excited that there's going to be a little human.
You know who's not
part of us.
excited? Me, society, your town.
Yep, her family.
Around you. Her family.
It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it is.
Don't forget we're on Streamlabs now. It's streamlabs.com/we're not sorry is
and there's a link right on that other part of the our website, revengeofthesis.com/donate. Any number of ways to sign up and help. Patreon's always the awesome way to go. And then the Amazon cool thing too. Click on the banner before you do your shopping. Then what else?
Anything else? That's it. Oh, maybe we might be back on YouTube tomorrow. It all depends. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Thank you for listening, guys. We're a little bit over late for you, so if you want to help us, just donate. See you tomorrow.
Peace.